Alright, ladies and gentlemen, what is up? My name is Michael Flecha. Welcome to this, and we are here. You guys were waiting for it. It's time. My review of RWA's Christmas Chaos. It went down on Saturday night from the Chop Shop in Providence, Rhode Island, and I got a lot to talk about and a lot to say about this show. So let's go right into it. Earlier in the afternoon, it was the tournament to crown a new RWA hype champion. It was an 8-man tournament. When I arrived, unfortunately, I missed practically almost the entire tournament. I missed the first round matches, I missed the semifinals, but I did find out that the final match to determine the winner was between Mike Montero and Nick Marchand. Now, before we get there, let's get into a match that happened before the tournament final. It was AJ Punk going one-on-one with Dick Lane. The winner of the bout was Dick Lane. And let's go into this. This was a good fight. I'm going to admit it. I thought this was a very good, solid match. Great way, at least for me, to get my feet wet into the action. I was whisked right in. They put us at a reserve seat, which was actually pretty cool. Thank you to the RWA brass for that. And I was able to watch the action pretty comfortably. So we were watching the match. It was good interaction, good back and forth match. But Dick Lane hits him with a devastating maneuver off the rope. That got the 1-2-3, and that ended it. Heartbreak for AJ Punk, but let me tell you guys, this kid, and yes, it's a kid. He's about maybe 14, 15 years old. He is gonna be huge. He already got a few fights under his belt, and I believe he's a former champion too. I think he's a former RWA champion. I not the big belt, not the Triple Crown, not the hype, but I think he was a television champion when RWA had the television title. I think AJ Punk is the former television champion. Now, you can quote me on that. You can say if I'm right or wrong. Just leave a comment on the bottom. RWA management or fans alike. So let me know if I'm right about that. But I believe he was a former champion. So with that said, we go right into the tournament final for the RWA Hype Championship. It was Nick Marchand versus Mike Montero, the ace, the winner of the bout, and undisputed Renegade Wrestling Alliance Hype Champion, Nick Marchand. He wins the title. What a match. I mean, this was definitely one of my top fights of the night, no doubt about it. I gotta give this at least 3 stars for the championship match. It was a good, solid fight. They were going back and forth. The chain wrestling was amazing in this battle. And I gotta give props where props are due. Congratulations to Nick Marchand for winning the title. You know, he had to go through to Biff. He had to face the winner of Shaycast versus Tony Clash. Then he had to beat Mike Montero to win the whole thing. Where Mike Montero, I found out, he beat Steven Lust. Then had to fight his own partner in crime of the influence, Jason Devine, to get to the finals. Both men did an incredible job. Congratulations to Nick Marchand. But wait a minute. We're going to get a little more deeper into Nick Marchand because we found out later in the night about him. So stick around. Hold up. We'll get into that. Now, we had to get out of the building. They tossed us out briefly because they were going to set up for the Christmas Chaos event. We came back in. We were ready to go. Fans were geared up. It was a sellout crowd at the Chop Shop. The first fight of the night, a tag team attraction. The Hoods goes up against the Heavy Hitters. The winners of the bout was the Heavy Hitters. Good match. Solid fight. I loved how this went down. Good action from all four men. And then after the fight was over, whoa, tempers flared beyond belief. It sounded like there was a shoot promo going in the house. I mean, this was not your typical promo from RWA. This got heated. This got intense. Adult language was thrown around. I mean, you want to talk about intensity. Both teams got really fired up. I mean, the interaction between Shay Cash and Davey Cash was intense. I mean, I've never seen anything like this in my day, but it got heated. It was unbelievable. I was like, whoa, what is going on with this? A couple of my friends, we kind of were taken aback. We were like, whoa. So definitely, this is not over by a long shot. This is definitely going to be, this is a war. This definitely has to be a war coming down. Who knows what's going to happen in the near future. This was definitely fireworks galore and the whole 9 yards. All right. The next fight of the night was two individuals who were making really their RWA in-ring debut. Two people that has graduated through the RWA school. Basically, they do their trainings on every Monday night and every Wednesday night. And let me tell you, they actually got some really good people doing the RWA training sessions. And as a matter of fact, for all you guys out there of Ring of Honor fame and of New Japan Pro Wrestling, two of the trainers that has been there is Michael Bennett from the Kingdom, and he does sometimes bring Matt Taven along. I've heard Adam Cole has been there at the RWA Chop Shop. Plus, one of the biggest names in RWA, and definitely a big name in the rest of the world, is JT Dunn, the man death by elbows. And he was on the card as well. We'll get into that. These were two of the graduates who made it to the big roster. Thor Davidson goes one-on-one with Deanna on Fire. The winner of the bout was Deanna on Fire. She wins the match. This was a good fight. I was very impressed. They both definitely surprised me. I'll say this. There was a funny side joke. When we heard Thor Davidson, everybody's like, oh man, is this guy going to look like Thor? Is he going to have the Thor outfit? One of my friends, she's like, he doesn't look like Thor. What the heck? So we kind of started chuckling a little bit, but he definitely brought, the Thor hammer out. But Deanna, I mean, okay, I'm going to try to say this and try to be as classy as I can be. Deanna on Fire is a stunning beauty. And not only is she stunning, but she's pretty bad. She's pretty badass. She works as the heel. She plays the heel role so good. I'm very impressed with her. She won me over. Like, I'm an instant fan of hers for the evening. And she definitely has, she definitely will get better. Because normally, first fight of the night, you get a little nervous. The butterflies, the whole 9 yards. I'll say it. She did a great job. Thor did a great job in the action. I really love this match. And this was about a 2.25 star fight. So, with that said, great job by both. Can't wait to see what you guys bring to the table, in 2016. I think the sky's the limit. And one other thing, for Deanna, this is not the last time we see of her, because she really made a name for herself later on in the night for two reasons. One we'll get into, but the second one is probably the biggest feather in her cap of her entire career. And you want to talk about strapping the jetpack on the back. She got it and then some. And like I said, we'll get into that later in the night. All right. The next one we had was the career-ending match. T Phoenix versus Tom Billington one-on-one. The winner of the bout in 7 seconds. T Phoenix. Now, alright, here's what happened. Tom Billington came out. He basically was posing in the corner. T grabs Tom Billington and border toss him. Hernandez from TNA style. Tosses him across the ring. Grabs him to the center. 1, 2, 3. The fight was over. Alright. I said I had a lot of things to say. That there was things that I like, things I did not like. This was one I was very upset with. I was not happy with this fight at all. This, to me, this was hands down the worst fight of the night. And the reason why I'm calling worst fight, the fight was too short. The fight was done within seconds. And I'm sorry, the way I feel about this one was, it felt like Daniel Bryan getting buried at WrestleMania 28 by Sheamus. I could go as far to talk about some of the worst fights in wrestling history. The finger poke of doom, or some other some bad fights I've seen in my day. And the reason why I say this is because when you talk about a career-ending match, you're thinking, maybe a solid fight, maybe something that would, get, a little back and forth, something that would give us a little excitement. A career-ending match, you want to see both guys put their careers on the line and really go for it. Leave it all hang out. And we didn't even get that. What we saw was a Triple H burial of Randy Orton at WrestleMania 25. And it was, I was shocked. Yes, I ran up, I slammed my hands on the ring rope because I want to show respect to T Phoenix. And I wanted it to show my respect to, for him to win that fight. But then I sat down and I thought about it, and it really sucked the life out of me in this instant. And T Phoenix is a great guy. I got so much respect for him and so much respect for Tom Billington. That's why I was hoping that the battle would have been a lot better. And I really felt like we got slighted. I know the RWA fans are going to disagree with me. I know a lot of people are going to say, Mike, you're out of your mind. There's no need for the hate or whatnot. But remember, I'm also trying to be, objective and trying to be, fair to the point and to the fans who did not go there to see that fight. That's why I want to say what I want to say. And I'm sorry. That's how I felt. And that's why I felt slighted in that instance. So we're going to go into the next fight, which was Monster Matt going one-on-one with David Baker. The winner of the bout was David Baker. This was what I kind of expected the fight was going to be. David Baker dominating the fight. The slaps was deadly. It didn't phase Monster Mac because he had like 2 suits of armor. First time he slapped him, Monster Mac didn't feel it. So Baker took that part off. He slaps him again, another thing of armor. It probably hurt Mac, but not as much. That second armor was gone. He was exposed. The third slap, the building shook on that one. Devastating hit, devastating damage, and holy crap did it sound. So we were like, whoa, oh my god, holy crap. He lit him up. And then But I'll give credit where credit's due. Monster Mac fought back. He definitely had a moment where we almost thought upset. But once David Baker got the upper hand, he basically did not relinquish it, finished them off in a solid fight. I'll give this about 2 stars. I'll give it 2 stars for my liking. It was a good fight, not a great fight. All right. Next up. Now I'm probably going to go out of order here. If I do, I apologize. I believe the next fight was Triple-Licious showed up and basically like, well, I'm the #1 contender. I never lost the belt because I was injured. And I want to fight our new champion, Nick Marchand. Now, need I remind you, Nick Marchand just went through a tournament. He fought 3 times already prior to winning the belt. So he had a fight. If he wanted to put the belt on the line, this was going to be fight number 4 for Nick Marchand. Marchand showed up. He said yes. The fight was on. The winner of the bout and new RWA Hype Champion is Triple-Licious. Now wait. The reason why this happened was Deanna on Fire was out at ringside and it looked like Marchand was going for the win, and abruptly out of nowhere the bell rings. We all were wondering what the hell is going on. What happened? Why did the bell ring? Why did the bell ring? It was an inverted bell. Basically, they told everybody, get out of the broadcast area, get out of this area. This does not help. So Nick Marchand's like, wait a minute, why did the bell ring? Why did the bell ring? The referee's like, I never called for the bell. I want you guys to restart the fight. We go back into this. The next thing we know, Triple-Licious got his, took advantage of it, capitalized, got the 1, 2, 3, wins the belt, and then a partnership. Deanna on Fire and Triple-Licious are a team. They're working together, and that is, wow, unbelievable. So I know a lot of the fans of the RWA was yelling, what was the point of the tournament then if Triple-Licious is going to win the belt? Look, it was an impromptu fight. I understand the anger because I was even perplexed about it. I was not happy about seeing Triple-Licious had to, so fresh, had that one fight, and then basically we found out everything we needed to know about the tournament. Well, a person who was close to the RWA, an insider, actually said that, look, the tournament was laid out, kind of as a last minute thing. Because remember, Cipriano Abruzzi did suffer an injury. He had to drop the belt. So they needed something on the fly. And when they announced the 8 men about who was going to be in the tournament, basically RWA Brass kind of, went for it. They threw the names out there. And when the pairings were done, they were made, it was kind of one of those tight situations. And I understand why a lot of people were not happy with the outcome of, what happened. But hopefully, with Triple-Licious now as champion, Nick Marchand will get proper rest, recovery, and readiness so that when he does get another shot at the belt, which I would believe is going to be sometime in 2016, then we'll go from there. Alright, so next up, we had the RWA Tag Team titles on the line. It was The Influence, The Ace, Mike Monteiro, and Jason Devine versus Kraken Amazing, The Amazing Michael Santana, and Frank the Crank. The winners of the bout, still Tag Team champions. The Influence, they win the bout, and there was a lot of miscommunication, a lot of dissension on Kraken Amazing. It looked like Mike Santana was going to try to cheat again to win the bout. Frank the Crank was like, no, I want to win it the right way. I want to win it, let's win it clean. You promised me we were going to win it clean. After they lost, Frank the Crank got, Mike Santana wanted, he was blaming Frank Frank was blaming Mike. The next thing you know, Frank was going to go for the handshake and laid out the influence. Mike Santana is shocked. He cannot believe it. We're stunned. It's a heel turn. We got two heel tag team. Kraken Amazing are now heels. You know what? I'm going to say this. This was genius. I love the heel turn for the Kraken Amazing. I love the fact that now we got a heel turn because of the fact that now it looks like, the Influence and Kraken Amazing, they're going to go at it again. And this time, I don't know, I feel like Frank the Crank even said it to myself because I got a chance to talk to him privately after the show. He's like, you know what? I was a heel through most of my career. I feel good as a heel here, so I loved it. I talked to Mike Santana. I like, dude, that heel turn was amazing. I loved it. I was caught off guard. I loved it. He was like, dude, he was like, Mike, I'm glad that you enjoyed it. I'm glad that you are embracing it, and I cannot wait to see the future, to see what happens. I can't wait for you to see what will happen next. And let me tell you guys, I'm in. I'm all in on that. I think it's going to be amazing. I think it's going to be something to behold. I cannot wait to see what happens next. All right. The next thing we had was the Juice, JT Dunn, one-on-one with the all good Anthony Green. The winner of the bout was JT Dunn, death by elbow. Alright. This fight was absolutely amazing. This fight, I'm going to say it right here, right now. This is the fight of the night. RWA's fight of the year. And in my personal opinion, the best professional wrestling match of 2015. Better than anything WWE has done. Better than anything Ring of Honor has put out. Better than anything New Japan Pro Wrestling has put out. To me, this is the fight of professional wrestling of 2015. It was that amazing. 5 stars and beyond. It was a great fight, a thrilling match, an exciting battle, back and forth. Devastating maneuvers, an RKO, a Bombay knee, Shinsuke Nakamura style, the death by elbow. The near falls, the kick outs, the psychology, the storyline, everything about this fight was awesome. We were on the edge of our seats. The maneuvers were amazing. I could not say nothing bad about this fight. It was without a doubt the best wrestling match I have ever seen in my life. That's right. It's better than anything I've ever gone to WWE events for. And I've gone to about 3 of them in my lifetime. It was better than anything I've ever seen on TV. Past, present, and right now. It was that amazing of a fight that, to me, this was without a doubt probably the feather in the cap of the RWA. And for me as a fan, I've seen a lot of wrestling because I've started watching wrestling in 1988. That I was about 5 years old when I started watching wrestling. In the 27 years that I've been following professional wrestling, I've never seen anything more amazing in my life. Bravo to both men. Congratulations, Anthony Green, JT Dunn. I tip my cap off to you guys. You guys were freaking awesome. Well done. Now, the next fight we had after a 10-minute intermission was Devin Blade one-on-one with the minor racer Mike Graca. The winner of the bout was Mike Graca. A solid match, good battle, one-on-one. Basically, it was what you would have expected in an RWA match. This was bad blood because of the fact that when Devin Blade showed up at Legacy, he firebombed Mike Graca not once, but twice. And Graca wanted revenge. This fight got very intense and very good. And, it was a solid match. About another 2.25 star fight. So for me, this was a very good match. I loved it. Nothing more to say. Next up, the RWA Triple Crown Championship was on the line. Christopher Doizer one-on-one with Jack Connor, the winner of the bout, and still the Renegade Wrestling Alliance Triple Crown Champion, the Unbalanced Messiah, Christopher Doizer. Alright. A lot of people were upset with this fight. I was one of them. I cannot believe how this fight was so ridden with authority shenanigans. I was so upset with this fight. JJ Sphere interfered in the match 3 times. Manny Souza had a difficult time trying to stop JJ Sphere from trying to interfere. And not only that, but Jack Connor had the belt won not once, but twice in that fight. He had the title won twice, and Sphere jumped on the apron to break it up on 2 occasions. Fans were so upset with this match that even people almost rioted in this fight. And then the ending, Christopher Doizer gets some brass knuckles, loads up and punches Jack Connor in the face, knocks him out, gets the 1-2-3 finish. I'm so disappointed with this championship fight. I cannot believe that's how it ends. They gotta do something about this. I'm sorry. Like I said, I'm gonna be very honest with you. I was hoping that Connor won the belt. I know a lot of people were thinking that too, but for me, selfishly, I wanted to see Jack Connor win this title, walk away the new Triple Crown Champion, because he earned it. He's worked his ass off, and now he's got to chase a little while longer to get that ultimate opportunity, which is understandable. No doubt about it. I'm not going to argue with it. Sometimes when somebody who's red hot, who gets an opportunity and it doesn't happen, understandable. You got to work your way up. Sometimes when you get knocked down, dust yourself off. Get ready for another battle, another war, another whatever. But for me, I felt like it left a bitter taste in the mouth at the end of the day. And, not only did I feel upset, but one of my friends who was there, my friend was visibly upset at the ending of this fight. My friend was like that. They felt so bad for Jack Connor. They're like, my heart goes out to him. I was so upset with the ending as well. It just left a bitter taste in the mouth of a lot of the fans. And I understand it. I understand why RWA might have decided to let Doizer be, because he's an awesome champion, a great heel champion. I just felt like it just did not deliver for me, at least in that aspect. The next thing we had was the main event. which was the Christmas Chaos Throwdown fight. The winner of the fight would get an RWA Triple Crown Championship match at Elite status in 2016. We have no winner. Alright, let me go and bring you the cliff notes of the fight. It started with Tony Clash and Chris Cruz. They started the fight, and throughout the match, there was guys came in that were pretty shot, good surprises in the fight. We had a big surprise where the first was David Baker came out. I thought he was probably one of the biggest stars of the fight. I mean, David Baker went absolutely ballistic. The chops were devastating as hell. He lit everybody up. Every time he hit, it sounded like a big bang in the chop shop. We were marveling every time he was chopping people. We also had we had Austin, basically the son of T Phoenix. He showed up. AJ Punk was in it as well. He was unbelievable in the match. T Phoenix himself was in it. Deanna on Fire was the first woman to be in it. Then we had Liz B. She entered in the Christmas Chaos Throwdown fight. And then we had Tony P. We had a referee in the fight. We had Dante, who was a former RWA wrestler. Now he was a commentator, forced to retire due to injury. He had, I think it was a herniated disc in the back, or his back was pretty messed up. So they decided to end his career. There was a few highlights. I loved the fact that we got to see the women go at it. Liz B, she has been in the throwdown fight for a couple of years now, and she is getting better and better. Deanna on Fire. These two women went at it. RWA, please let us have that women's match. Do a Liz B versus Deanna on Fire fight. I think we would go absolutely ballistic. More than anything else, I would be so excited to see that. Amazing. Nothing more to say about that. Tony P shows up, and he gets in between the girls, and it ended up being a referee sandwich. Tony, you lucky son of a gun, man. I mean, two beautiful women, one from the back, one from the front. They're trying to confront, you're trying to break it up, and you're caught in the middle of a sandwich. Well, whatever the case may be, you're a lucky guy. Like I said, I think one of my guys said it. Tony P, you're my hero for the night. Then T Phoenix showed up. He comes out. He's ready for a little bit of some war here. So we had, T Phoenix shows up. He gets involved in the fight. Probably one of the biggest shocking moments of the night. Deanna on Fire eliminated Big T Phoenix. That's right. T Phoenix is basically, I gotta say, the heart and soul of the RWA. He is basically the Imperial Grand Poobah of the Renegade Wrestling Alliance, and Deanna on Fire clotheslines him over the top, and not only did T go, feet to the floor, he went back first, laid out on the floor outside the ring. The whole RWA chop shop was stunned at this outcome, and I'm telling you, you want to talk about a feather in the cap moment for Deanna on Fire. That is her moment. Her signature moment where she can say, I have arrived in RWA. She did. Congratulations. You just took out practically the biggest name of the RWA. Now, the final five in this event was AJ Punk, Liz B, first woman ever to make it to the final 5, which is another feather in the cap moment. Frank the Crank, Jack Connor, who got Cipriano Abruzzi's number 29 spot in the Christmas Chaos Throwdown fight, which I thought was perfect, and the minor racer Mike Graca. They were your final 5 in the match. Then it went down to final 4, where Lisby got eliminated. The final 2 was Jack Connor and Mike Graca. They were the final 2. Christopher Dozier shows up, lays out both men, throws them out of the ring. Now, here's the thing. Neither man went over the top onto the floor. So, neither man were eliminated. The winner of the Christmas Chaos Throwdown fight is Christopher Dozier's reality. His reality is now there's no number 1 contender for the RWA Triple Crown Championship at elite status. This really upsetted fans. I was upset with this outcome. I was boiling over at that point. I was so upset. How could you do that? How can you make this how can you end it like that? I mean, there was no tie. It was basically they pulled the rug out from under us. They threw us into a black hole, and the fans did not like it one bit. What do we do about the RWA Triple Crown Championship now? The RWA Wrestling.net has said that they're going to put some updates up when it becomes available. As of tonight, there is no update. We don't have nothing as of yet from RWA. We don't know what's going on. My theory is this. There's 2 scenarios I have. Number 1, you let Jack Connor and Mike Graca fight one-on-one at the earliest convenience. It doesn't matter if it's a hype taping. It doesn't matter if it's an RWA special event. They need to fight. And then the winner of that fight should fight Christopher Dozier for the RWA Triple Crown Championship at elite status, or you do a triple threat for the belt. I don't know how this is going to play out. I don't know how this will set up. One thing is for sure. Something needs to be done with that situation. Alright, my final overall review is I give this show 7.5 to 8 out of 10 stars. I think this was a good RWA show. I think this was a solid event. I think there was some good, but there was some bad. I definitely laid everything out about it. I hope you guys, if you haven't been to an RWA show, please go. They are a great company. They're a great wrestling promotion in my eyes. You know, I'm very close and very near dear friends with a lot of the guys from the Renegade Wrestling Alliance, and I am very honored that they let me be a part of that show, to let me witness it, to let me watch it. I hope I don't get some heat. I probably will get some heat from RWA about, you know, some of the fights and some of the feelings about my matches, but I hope that they'll understand, you know, I gotta be professional about it, and I need to be 1000% about it as well. So, with that said, I want to thank the great fans. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel at BrazeFan95. Also, I am on Twitter at Mike Flecha Jr. I also on Facebook as well, Michael Flecha. I'll give you the links for those on it, as I'll give you the links to both my Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. I hope you enjoy this, and I will see you later tonight. I'll see you later tonight for the Wrestling Forum at 11 p.m. Eastern, when Monday Night Raw goes off the air with Anthony Florio, with Michael Bullock. Until then, hug the hand pounds. I am out. So long for now. Bye bye.